Alright, now that we saved our game, we will go chat her up.
Your Excellency, I hope you will forgive us for that scene. My relations with Virgil have always been difficult.
She's been
But ever
having
since we
relations
arrived
with Virgil?
here, it has been unbearable. I'm afraid we may need an arbiter.
Before anything else, I need to know what led to this situation between you.
What would you like to know?
I thought that was forbidden for her to have relations.
For what reason were you quarreling?
The expedition itself, I'm afraid. Virgil was always against it, especially under my supervision. For him, our discoveries in Eden were sufficient. They confirmed what he wanted. The rest did not matter. According to him, we should never have continued. And when we found new tablets, it became even worse.
Were they also written by Saint Matthias?
Without a doubt. The handwriting is the same. There are also some patterns, some islander symbols. It's fascinating. But what really angers Virgil is the content we managed to decipher. Our founder explains that he learned a lot from the islanders. Something our brother cannot accept. He now persists in saying that these tablets are fake, forged by the natives themselves.
Brother Fidelis told me that several members of the expedition have disappeared.
Yes, that's why he left along with Father Orbricus to fetch some help. 3 more of our colleagues are missing. And I'm not even talking about the ones who fell ill. I must admit that I underestimated the hardships we would encounter. I made a mistake. I should have prepared this expedition more thoroughly. But Virgil's being disingenuous does not help.
And no one has searched for those who are missing.
I wanted us to search for them, but someone later convinced me that it presented too much of a risk. Along with lack of preparation, our constantly decreasing number, and creatures swarming the area.
And by someone, I suppose you mean Brother Virgil.
Indeed.
I'm thankful for these pieces of information, but you understand that I will also have to talk to Brother Virgil.
Of course, that's understandable. You must hear us both before you can make a decision.
Alright, let's go talk to Brother Virgil. Oh, wait, well, hold on. We're gonna save before we talk to him.
Brother Virgil,
What do you want?
What do you think I want?
can you explain to me what caused such a quarrel?
The reason for it is very simple. It is Eugenia's folly. This woman should never have been the supervisor of our team. The discoveries made in Eden were sufficient, but no. She didn't want to stop the research. She organized this expedition in a hurry, without taking elementary precautions, and now she's accepting as facts the delirious writings we discovered on these tablets, without doubting them for even 1 second.
What do you mean?
We found some new tablets, allegedly written by Saint Matthias, but their content is so absurd that they were obviously forged. I am certain that the natives must have found these stones before us and modified their content.
How would they have done that? The natives cannot write.
They must have been helped by an unscrupulous settler. How would I know?
Brother Fidelis told me that some of your colleagues went missing. Do you know anything about this?
They did not go missing. They were killed. It was the wild beasts, the diseases, and let's not forget the savages. We can feel their presence, roaming around the camp at night. I am certain that they are responsible for the death of our colleagues.
That's strange. There aren't many villages around here. We have been in this region before, and the only native we met was a little insane but would have been incapable of killing several priests.
Those savages may very well have been following us since our departure. We will not be safe on this island until it is entirely converted.
I see. So, you haven't tried to find your colleagues?
So we can die as well. I am not as crazy as Sister Eugenia.
I cannot take sides in your... Even if you think they are dead, we have to try finding your colleagues.
Well, if you are prepared to take such a risk, I can only commend you for your bravery and wish you luck. But I would not get my hopes up. You should start by searching the excavation site. To get there, take the path south of here. But be careful. The creatures that roam the area are ruthless.
Okay, well, let's go find some missing colleagues. I guess we'll go south first. Ooh, wait, hold on. Grab some fungus first, then we'll go see. Slide down the ladder. Slide down the ladder. Here we go. You know what? The funny thing is that the way this works is even if you use science, it doesn't matter. Kind of stupid, but...
This man's death was no accident, nor was it linked to any predator attack. It was caused by a violent strike to the back of the skull with a mace. And it didn't take place here. The marks surrounding the body show that it was moved, most likely to make it seem like he fell to his death.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's go talk to... Well, when I first ran through this, the exclamation point wouldn't go away until you actually examine the body, so that's why I said science wasn't really helpful. You pretty much could use science on it, and then you would have to wait, and then you could still use your, then you'd have to examine the body anyways, and yeah, it was kind of, uh-oh, hello. What if we come down this way? Are you guys sleeping or something? Wow. Nice. Oh, this science outfit works really well. Hey, what are y'all doing down here?
If you want to cast more spells.
Uh-oh. Why is this dog chasing me?
Move away. Things are about to get dicey.
Yeah. Stop chasing me. Get him! Get him! Alright, we'll come down here and check this body out.
The body of this man was devoured by beasts, but it happened after he had died. One of the wounds is clearly a knife wound. But alas, it's impossible to know who was wielding it.
Oh. I think we have some idea who might have been wielding it. Who's the most unscrupulous member of the Order Luminous that we know of? Might that be you, Brother Virgil? Hmm? Uh-oh. I hear something breathing.
Poison on my brain. And let's go!
Ah! Yeah. Kill that thing. Now get it. There you go. Wow.
The cause of death is no mystery. This man was attacked by one of those large reptiles, a Llewellyn. And yet, these iridescent marks on his skin make me think that a stasis spell was cast on him first. He was intentionally immobilized so that he would fall prey to this animal. It seems obvious now that these disappearances were orchestrated.
With what we learned, the culpability of a priest is almost obvious.
Yeah.
Virgil being disingenuous suddenly appears in a very different light, don't you think?
Yes, he
Indeed.
does.
I think that we should go find this brother and ask for an explanation.
Oh, Brother Virgil. You've been a naughty boy. Uh-oh. Alright, that's not really what I wanted, but if there's a camp up here, I'll just teleport back. Good excuse to come down here and explore. Uh-oh. Alligators. There'll be gators in these swamps. Mm-hmm. Oh, that alligator is not happy. Let's refreeze this one. There we go. Guys want to get that one?
Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
There you go. Get him before he gets me. That's usually a good plan. Get that gator. Get that gator for that gator get me. Alright, where's my camp at? Oh, I see some fungus. Get me some mushrooms. Alright, now we have our camp. I think that's the extent of what's up here, isn't it? Oh, maybe not. Hold the phone. Yeah. We're good. We're not going in there yet. Back to the camp. Alright, what's the southern camp called? This is the excavation site camp. Of course it is. How silly of me. Let's go back here. Oh, brother Virgil. You got some splaining to do. Alright, now we are really gonna save our game. Alright, now that we saved, let's, for the love of God, take this off. There we go.
Brother Virgil.
Your Excellency. Weren't you supposed to be looking for our colleagues?
What are you doing here?
Indeed. I regret to say that they are indeed all dead.
I knew it. What a waste. Eugenia and her recklessness are to blame for this.
I'm afraid someone else is responsible for this. These deaths are not accidental, and yet they were disguised as such.
The savages. Their thirst for blood is unquenchable. I knew we should never have come without an escort.
You know very well that the natives have nothing to do with this. They would have had no reason to disguise their attack.
Who else could it be?
Someone who desperately wanted this expedition to fail. Does that remind you of anyone?
Can you think of anybody?
Fine. You unmasked me. But know that my cause is righteous. The Ordo Luminis sent me to keep an eye on this expedition, to ensure that the discoveries we made would not jeopardize our nation or our presence on this island. But the inscriptions on the tablets are a heresy, a dangerous manipulation. Can you imagine what would happen if it was said that our founder listened to the teachings of the natives? But even then, foolish Eugenia accepted these discoveries as truth, without any hesitation, without realizing that our entire nation could suffer because of it. So yes, I wanted to scare her.
I understand that you might want to protect your nation, but to go as far as assassinating several of your colleagues?
Come now. What would you do if someone were threatening the congregation? You cannot make me believe that you would not be willing to kill. You may have already done so. But since you want to avoid using violence, help me convince Eugenia to go back to Eden. My colleagues and I know how to sort through these discoveries. And you will be rewarded, of course.
Of course. So the, obviously you could take this, get 100 gold coins, order him to leave, or reveal what happened. He gets away regardless of what you do, so we'll order him to leave.
Sorry, Brother Virgil, but I cannot accept. You will take your belongings and leave this place. The research will continue, and their discoveries will be studied by wiser people than you. The decision to reveal them or not will be theirs.
I see. My colleagues and I will go back to Eden. I hope that you don't regret your decision.
The only different thing that happens if you decide to reveal it is that when you tell everybody in camp, then the camp goes to war, and, he still gets away, but people die, so...
Alas, I have found the dead bodies of your colleagues.
How horrible. But how? Oh, perhaps I should have listened to Brother Virgil.
I doubt it. Brother Virgil is responsible for these deaths. He was hoping to blame the natives for them and discredit you.
What? But why would he? He will have to answer for his crimes.
As I do not have the authority to arrest him, I sent him back to Eden. If you want him to face judgment, you will have to report what happened to the Mother Cardinal.
You are right. As soon as we get back to civilization, I will make sure that she hears about it. Once more, your help has been a blessing. Take this. Alas, we will have to go back to Eden as well. There are too few of us to continue the research.
Were you hoping to discover more?
Of course. This place was but a single step in St. Matthias's journey. The last tablets speak of a journey northbound, further up in the swamp. But even if Virgil is no longer a threat, we are not sufficiently well equipped to go there.
We could go there for you if you wish. You just have to tell us where to look.
That would be marvelous. Of course, you would have to start from the excavation site where he wrote this. I think I noticed a path going north when I was there, actually. Look for any traces of life. Perhaps you will be lucky enough to find more of his writings. That would be fantastic.
Don't worry. I will conduct this research and come find you here if I uncover anything.
That would be fantastic. Since you were so happy to have relations with Brother Virgil, I mean, if I find your fancy stuff for you, I mean, I'm assuming you might be willing to have relations with me. I mean, I don't know. Come on, sister. Alright, let's head up here. See, it's a good thing we went and discovered that camp, because we need to go up that camp anyways. And that camp is called the Kuzenai It's Kuzenai This is not gonna work here anymore, camp. Yeah. Let's go there.
We should rummage through this area.
We
if
should.
someone lived here, it must have been in a drier place.
Dryer place. Somebody lived in the dryer. Well, maybe they lived up here. Oh, he didn't. What the? Ow. Okay. We're gonna have to deal with him, apparently.
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
That's right, get him. Let's get rid of that armor.
Take a potion if you want to cast more spells.
Uh-oh.
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Let's see if you can ward off this fate. Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
See if you can ward off this bullet.
Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
You're running out of energy. Drink a potion.
Wow, he's got a lot of health.
Take a potion if you want to cast more spells.
Oh, he just missed me. No, no. No, no!
out of energy. Drink a potion. Move away. Things are about to get dicey.
Ow. Ow.
You're wounded.
Woo. Got a little cocky there. Just a little cocky. It's fine. All good.
If I were an old hermit, this is probably where I'd have settled.
In the poison cave.
Not my blade.
You guys get him. Maybe one of these bats ate something we need. It could happen. It could happen. Don't be so quick to dismiss it. I guess this is where we're gonna come down from and we make our way back. Yeah, let's go. Get him. Get him, Kurt. Get him. There you go. Uh-oh. Well, you kind of finished him off for me. Sneak intuition level 2. I thought we put a point into intuition. I have intuition 1 on my hat. I thought we put our point into intuition. Yeah, we have intuition 2. Why can't we get in here? There we go. Alright. Oh, shit. 1, 2, 3. Ow. Okay. What sort of awesomeness is in here? Sexy. Endurance 3. Wow. Yeah, endurance 4. Oh, that's really going to be helpful. Kurt, how are you coming on your endurance there, buddy? He's got endurance 3. Level 27, he'll get 4. What level are we right now? 23. Yeah, that's probably a long ways away. It's alright. Well, we got some decent armor for him and about 4 levels. Ah, yes. The frescoes.
This could be the place where the saints settled.
Let's take a closer look at these paintings. We may learn something from them.
Yes, let's.
This mural is very ancient. It depicts an old man dressed as a priest getting his face painted by a masked native. This mural depicts an old man praying in front of a face in the mountain. He's holding a rosary. Saint Matthias. Praying to Enon Frictimen. Looks like a chaplet made of pewter. It's rather basic, but it was made a long time ago, and it undeniably comes from the continent. I seem to recall that Saint Matthias is almost always depicted using a similar rosary. Engraved tablets. They resemble the ones we recovered in Eden. We should take them with us. The researchers would be delighted to study them. There are some native symbols here, and some letters I recognize, as if someone had tried to write in the native language using our alphabet. Men duis dat, enon frictimen. This is incredible. Saint Matthias would have known about the spirit of the island and would have prayed to him. I don't know these glyphs, but these spirals are native symbols. There are some words in our ancient language next to them. The light and the earth are the two faces of a same power. It's impossible to know if this is a translation or another sentence. But this is a message that would seriously displease the Inquisitors.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what I should do with these relics. Eugenia probably didn't imagine that Saint Matthias lived his life in a way that's so different from what they advocate. As for Virgil, he wasn't wrong. Such a revelation will certainly cause a schism in Thélème.
To think these old things could cause a civil war. Or long-lasting peace with the natives. It is a serious responsibility to decide what to do with them. But it isn't ours. Their saint, their decision.
I already took sides in their quarrel. If I change my mind, I'm afraid that it might be seen as treason. I'll think about it on the way there. Let's go back to the researchers' camp.
Yes, let's. Oh, just teleport me back there. Come on. See, sometimes it'll teleport you back there, and other times it makes you walk back. The teleporting is nice. I'll be honest. I like it. Alright, go to our camp. And then we will go to the research campsite, the excavation camp. The exclamation point next to the camp you need to visit is always helpful too. Sometimes it's not there though, as you've seen.
So, did you find anything? Or do you need my help?
A little of both, I suppose.
We discovered a cave that was inhabited a long time ago by a whole group of people, mostly natives, who had obviously created a sacred site, as the place was guarded by a creature.
And have you found traces of our holy founder? New relics? Perhaps some tablets?
Oh yeah.
There were also frescoes on the site, representing Saint Matthias.
Frescoes? Tell me more. This is fascinating.
He was shown having his face painted by a native. On the other, he prayed to a god of the mountain.
You can't be serious. You mean to say that our saint converted to the cult of the islanders?
That is what emerges from our findings, yes. Other objects that I was able to bring back also point in this direction. Look, there are inscriptions. These tablets and also this chaplet.
This chaplet. I cannot believe it. It is so... Excuse me. I cannot find the words to express how I feel. You must come with me. We must go and present all these discoveries to the Mother Cardinal. You realize our entire dogma will have to change. So far, anyone who wanted to question it would have burned their fingers. Literally, alas.
And you think that this time they'll listen?
We have solid proof. All this evidence. With your support, we will convince her to reveal the truth.
I see. I will do my best to help you.
It seems we are arriving right on time. You did well to warn us, Brother Virgil.
Virgil. How did you know?
I'm afraid that your Excellency's lies weren't very convincing.
We were informed of your discoveries and of the danger they represent. We demand that you hand them over to us immediately, so that they can be destroyed.
How can you even suggest the destruction of relics written by the hand of our founder?
Out of love for our dogma, for our faith, and for our nation. But since you refuse to comply with our orders, you leave us no choice.
Death to the heretics! Put a poison on my blade, and let's go!
Let's see who the elect will favor. Let's see if you can ward off this fight. Let's see who the enlightened will favor.
Take a potion if you want to cast more spells.
Let's see who the enlightened will favor. Let's see who the enlightened will favor.
I cannot believe that I just fought my own brothers in faith. The fact that the Inquisition is after us is very disturbing, Excellency.
We would do well to hasten to San Matthias. they will not dare to attack you there. And we will have to take care of Bishop Domitius. He will do everything he can to discredit us.
You are right. All this proves is that I will not succeed without your help. There is a risk that the Mother Cardinal will also reject our discoveries.
And I could bring Petrus with me. He will surely find the words to convince her.
That would be most helpful. Father Petrus is renowned for his eloquence. In any case, we must present our research to Mother Cardinal as soon as possible. I will study the tablets one last time to make sure I know all their content, and I will meet you at the palace in San Mateus to plead our case.
Understood. See you soon, Sister Eugenia. Be careful.